Wasabi Wallet. Unfairly private.
Shakepay is a Canadian Bitcoin exchange that is available for iOS and Android. It has super easy onboarding. You're able to fund your account with e-transfers and wire transfers. You can easily convert from dollars to Bitcoin and withdraw to your own wallet. And it's got a ton of great features like being able to dollar cost average, set limit orders, and it even has an option, a feature where you shake your phone every day and you get free sats. Yes, you heard that right. You can shake your phone once a day and get free Bitcoin. So today we're going to take a look at Shakepay, how to use it, and all of its features. I am Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your daily session.
Hodl the Bitcoin.
Before we dive in, of course, shout out to sponsors of the show, LEDN.io, where you can use your Bitcoin for a variety of different services. In particular, if you're in a pinch and you need to get your hands on dollars, but you don't want to sell your Bitcoin because, of course, that is a taxable event and you may be worried about buying back in at a higher price, this could be for you because you're able to deposit Bitcoin, get dollars to your bank account within 24 hours, and when you pay those dollars back, you get back the same amount of Bitcoin. They, of course, also have their savings accounts for Bitcoin and USDC, and they've got their B2X offering, which allows you to get effectively double your Bitcoin on the spot if you're feeling mega bullish. Check them out. Links are in the show notes. And if you click that link and you opt to get one of their loan products, they'll give you $25 for free into your savings account. Of course, I do live on Bitcoin, and one of the sites that helps me do this, it makes it so easy, is Bitrefill. They have every gift card your little heart could imagine or want. It's available in a ton of different countries, and you can pay via Bitcoin, of course, on-chain and via the Lightning Network, as I always do for those cheap, fast transactions. They also allow you to stack sats while you shop, so you get sats back. You earn Bitcoin back as you shop, and they've got a pretty killer referral program too, so if you got friends and family that might be interested, then you can get some kickbacks from that. Now, you guys know Keystone, one of my favorite and most used hardware wallets. This thing is awesome. It's badass. And it is 100% air gapped. And what that means is you never plug it into anything internet connected. It's all done offline via QR code between the device and your mobile phone or computer, and that keeps the keys to your money safe and away from devious internet connections. It has Bitcoin only firmware, which I highly recommend you upgrade to. It's got a secure element, and it works with all of my favorite external wallets like Blue Wallet, Wasabi Wallet, Spectre, Sparrow, you name it. It's going to work like a charm, and it's great in a multi-sig setup. Be sure to check it out. Links are down below. And finally, if you're backing up any important Bitcoin wallet, be sure to get that backup in solid steel. Paper just doesn't cut it, because if it's on paper, you open yourself up to attack vectors and not attack vectors so much, but mistakes like water damage or fire damage or accidentally discarding the thing. I've heard some horror stories, and having it in steel definitely helps mitigate those risks. So be sure to check out the BillFodl over at privacypros.io. And with that, let's dive into the video. So here we are in the Shakepay app. I have already signed up for it and done all my necessary information to get myself in an account. So this is what it looks like, and you can see obviously I've already been using it. There's a balance up above, but let's take a look at the app in general and see what's in front of us. Of course, up top you will have your total value, the value of whatever's sitting in your Shakepay account expressed in dollars. Down below, you have an option to add funds or send funds wherever you may like. And then you have a breakdown what's actually in your account, whether it be dollars, whether it be Bitcoin, or whether it be, dare I say, Ethereum. Of course, you guys know me. It's either going to be Bitcoin or maybe very briefly dollars. And down at the bottom, you've got a few tabs that you can click on. The first one, the wallet one, is this main page that we're on here. The second one is about the Shakepay Card. We'll get into that later. We'll tease it a little bit at the end. The middle one, the two arrows, this is where you buy and sell, where you get your Bitcoin. The next one is sending money to and from people within the Shakepay app. And finally, the last screen has all of your settings, everything important with dealing with your account, your referrals, price alerts, all of that good stuff is found here. And I'm covering up sensitive information with this handy sticker. So I guess through that, Crypto Cloaks gets a little shout out because of the convenient size of their sticker. Somebody let them know. Anyways, let's move on and get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do if you currently don't have Bitcoin and you have dollars and you want to use Shakepay to buy Bitcoin, which I imagine is why you're here, is you're going to want on the main screen to tap Add Funds. You're going to choose how you want to add funds. In this demo, I will be showing Interact e-transfer, though you can do wire transfer and it will give you the instructions of how to do so. So I'm going to tap Interact e-transfer and it gives me very basic instructions. Hey, you're sending an e-transfer to the following email address. And then it says, this is the security question, which you need to use. And it says it can take up to 1 hour for Shakepay to receive the transfer, though I will say in my experience, it's often much quicker than that. So I'm going to go into my banking app. I'm going to send over $100 to Shakepay and we'll be back when that lands.
A few moments later.
I'm not even kidding. I turned off the camera to stop recording to wait for this and it had already landed. So just to give you an idea, that was probably about a minute for it to go through. So, it can vary, but I'm just saying odds are it can be quite a bit quicker, especially once you've already been using Shakepay. So anyways, now we see this reflected in my balance, both in my total balance up top, which is an aggregate, again, of everything in my account. And then down below, it's separated out. I have 100 Canadian dollars, no deposit fee. And then I have the Bitcoin that was already sitting in my account. So now that we have dollars, we want Bitcoin. That's what I want. So I'm going to direct my attention down to the very bottom, the 2 little arrows. I'm going to tap. And this is where I can choose to buy Bitcoin. Right now, we're going to do the instant buy just on the spot. So I'm going to tap buy and sell. And we're greeted with this screen. I can designate an amount of dollars if I want to spend less than the current full amount that's there. Or I can simply hit max, which I'm going to do. I review everything. It says the current price per Bitcoin in Canadian dollars there. And if that all looks good to me, it shows the amount of Bitcoin I'm going to get. Then that all looks great. I'm going to go down to the bottom. I'm going to tap buy Bitcoin. One more time, it asks me to confirm $100 to this much Bitcoin. Confirm. And there we go. We just bought Bitcoin. I can hit close. Now it does immediately give me the option to send to a Bitcoin address, everything that I just bought, which is convenient. But we're going to show how to do that from the main screen as well. So perfect. Now we see it reflect in my balance, $0. We see our Bitcoin balance, and we see the total balance up top, which is now all in Bitcoin. So next up, we want to get this Bitcoin into our own custody. Now, if you're new to Bitcoin, you may be saying, well, what do you mean? You just bought Bitcoin, you own it, it's in your account. Well, the ethos of Bitcoin is such that you can be your own bank. You hold your own money. You try to limit trust in entities. And Shakepay is a big champion of this. They say, hey, no, you should become self-sufficient. You should be banking yourself if that's the route you choose to go, as is the ethos of Bitcoin. So we're going to be removing some Bitcoin from this wallet into a privately held Bitcoin wallet, which holds the keys to our money entirely to ourselves. So there's no way that Shakepay themselves could, once we do this withdrawal, there's no way that they could prevent us from transacting beyond this point. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. First up, I'm going to jump out of the app and I'm going to open an app called Blue Wallet. Now I have done a full tutorial on how Blue Wallet works and how you can set it up if you choose to. And it's just a really simple Bitcoin wallet. So I'm going to open it up. This is a wallet that I have already sitting here. If you're looking at the amount here and saying, well, what are sats? Just again, for the beginners in the audience there, in one Bitcoin, there are 100 million sats. So let's just do a quick little tally here. We have 0.0027, so on and so forth, Bitcoin that are sitting there. Okay, that is actually 270,000 sats. I tend to like looking at the sats value more rather than at decimals, but that's all personal preference depending on the person. Okay, so as I said, let's jump back to Blue Wallet here. I'm going to select the wallet that I want to use, and I'm just going to hit the receive button. And this is what you'll see on basically any Bitcoin wallet is you're going to see a QR code that somebody could scan to send to, but you also see a string of digits down below. And to copy that, that is my address where I can receive money to. I can just copy it by tapping. And that's all the information Shakepay needs to be able to send out of their custody into my own. So now that I've copied that, let's jump back to Shakepay, and I'm going to go send. And all I need to do from the send screen, it already sees that I've copied something into my clipboard, or I could paste it above, but I can just tap there and it will use that address. Now it says, how much Bitcoin would you like to send? And I could do the maximum amount. I could do some amount less. I'm going to do a little bit less than everything that I have sitting here so that I can demo some other things momentarily. Okay, so I'm going to go 0.0019, something like that. Yeah, okay. So just over $100, about $105. So pay attention to the Bitcoin amount that's sitting there, okay? That is going to be sent out, 0.0019. That's the important number. I'm going to hit continue. Now, do you want to send this much Bitcoin to this address? It's always good to check the first and last few digits at the very least to ensure that that's the correct address. Looks good to me. And then I can confirm. Perfect. So it says this is going to be sent to this address, and we can just monitor that wallet and wait for it to pop up. Again, we'll come back when we see that show up. Okay, so it is about 3 minutes later, and I have a pending transaction coming into my Blue wallet so that my Bitcoin will be in my own custody. And right here, again, the important number, and you'll notice it's in decimals right now. To do that, you just tap, and it can cycle between sats or the dollar equivalent or the decimals that represent full Bitcoin. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is remember the number that I sent out from the exchange was 0.0019, and I can see that exact number right there. So also with Shakepay, there was no withdrawal fee. Now, yes, there is a spread when you purchase. There's a small percent between buying and selling prices, because obviously that's how every business has to make money. But there's no predatory withdrawal fees. And what you'll see in a lot of instances is you'll go to withdrawal and they'll have a flat rate for a Bitcoin withdrawal, which can sometimes amount to $15 or $20. Whereas the way Shakepay does this, they utilize the Bitcoin network in such a way that they do it efficiently so that they don't have to pay high Bitcoin fees to do that. And they, right now, at the time of recording this, they cover that for their users, so that you're not put out and they don't have to place these large fees in front just in case. Okay, so that's also one of the things that I really love about Shakepay, and it's why it's one of the cheapest, easiest ways to stack sats in Canada. So now I have Bitcoin in here, and if you're new and you're not understanding what pending means, for a Bitcoin transaction to be considered final, it takes what's known as a confirmation, which typically happens every 10 minutes. So I can see the incoming transaction, but it will be marked as final in and around 10 minutes. And that's just a thing with how the Bitcoin network works. Okay. And with that, we bought Bitcoin, we funded our account with dollars, we traded that in for Bitcoin, and then we sent the Bitcoin to our own personally held wallet. Easy peasy. So I'm not a big seller of Bitcoin, but let's talk about what that process would look like. Okay. You may currently not have Bitcoin in your account. It may have been in another wallet, and you want to get it on to Shakepay. So let's mock up what that process would look like. Once again, you're going to hit add funds. But this time, instead of Interac e-transfer or wire transfer, you're going to hit Bitcoin. And just like the process we did in reverse, we're going to copy the address, or if you're using a phone, a separate phone, you could scan it, but we're going to copy the Bitcoin address or deposit address. Then we can jump back to Blue Wallet. If that's what you're using, you can hit the send button, and under address, you can paste in what you'd like to send over and then designate how much. And you can put in Bitcoin, or you can put in sats, or you can put in dollars what you would like to send over to Shakepay. Now, I'm not going to be selling this Bitcoin, but this would be the process. You would hit next and you would send it off to Shakepay. Okay. Now, let's say you had Bitcoin in your Shakepay account because you funded it, which currently we do have some left over. That's why I left it there. And you wanted to convert this into dollars. Let's go through that process. Once again, same process. We're going to go down to the bottom, the two little arrows, and we're going to tap that, and we're going to go to buy and sell. And now, instead of dollars to Bitcoin, we actually want to swap those. There's a little button in the middle to do that. And now we're going from Bitcoin to dollars. And we want to sell a specific amount. So whatever we want to do, if we were to hit max, that's what it would look like. I'm going to do about half of it, so 0.0004. Okay, so I'll clear that out. 0.004. It's about 20 bucks. Okay, great. I'm going to hit sell Bitcoin. It's going to confirm, hey, do you want to sell this much and get this many dollars? Yes, confirm. Perfect. You just sold Bitcoin. You now have $21.80 in Canadian dollars. And you can see that now reflected in my balance. Perfect. Now at this point, I may want to send these dollars out to my own personal bank account. And once again, just like if we're sending Bitcoin, we go to the send screen. And now instead of sending Bitcoin out or sending to a user, which we'll demo in a minute, you go cash out to my bank. You type in the amount of dollars that you want, and then it will send you an Interac e-transfer to your Canadian bank account. Super easy, super simple, works like a charm. But I want the Bitcoin, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I want to talk now a little bit about other methods of buying. And what this means is in what fashion you actually execute a buy between dollars and Bitcoin. At what frequency? How often are you doing this? Or is there a certain price that you're hoping to get for Bitcoin? You can do that all within Shakepay. So once again, down at the bottom, the two little arrows, anytime you want to convert from one currency to another, this is where you go. But we're going to look, instead of going instant buy and sell, we're going to look at recurring. Okay, so recurring buys. There's a tactic known as dollar cost averaging. And a lot of Bitcoiners very much favor this because they think of Bitcoin as a saving mechanism, and they try to ignore the volatility, but rather accumulate Bitcoin over time. And they try to remove the emotion from trying to constantly buy the dip or sell the top. They just want to gradually save in Bitcoin. And this is a perfect tool to do something like that. So you can set a recurring buy over a certain interval of time at a set amount of dollars. So you're buying X amount of dollars worth of Bitcoin, no matter where the price is at, every week or every month or whatever the interval may be. And this is where you can do it, and it helps you step back, take a breath, and just say, do I want to own Bitcoin? Great. I'm just going to set a simple, easy to use recurring buy. So to do that, you tap up top. What do you want to buy? Well, of course, Bitcoin. So what do I want to do? Maybe once a week, I allot myself 50 bucks that I'm going to buy worth of Bitcoin. I simply type in $50 worth of Bitcoin. Here's the drop down where you can choose your interval. So it could be every day, every week, every 2 weeks, every month, whatever you like, and whatever amount you see fit. Okay? You're going to hit next once you designate that, and then it just says confirm. Do you want to buy 50 bucks worth of Bitcoin every week? And you can delete this afterwards if you choose to. Okay? Now, I should say that you do need to have dollars in your account in order to do this. Okay, so if you really wanted to streamline it, you could set up a recurring e-transfer to Shakepay within your online banking account and have it e-transfer like a day prior to every time that you want to make a purchase. So you could have something like that set up so it really automates it and takes it out of your hands, or you could manually do the e-transfer or do a larger e-transfer and just have the money sit there and recurring buy every week or whatever your interval is. However you like to do it, that's how you would execute it. I'm going to leave this for now because I currently live on Bitcoin, and dollars are a rarity that I hold on to. But nonetheless, I really love this feature. I'm super happy that Shakepay has it. And again, it kind of fits with the ethos of Bitcoin of, hey, you know, we're moving to a Bitcoin standard. We're moving away from dollars. Now, there's one other method that you can use for purchasing in Shakepay. And all you do, again, once you go to the bottom, limit orders. Now, what is a limit order? You can place buy orders if you think that the price of Bitcoin will drop and you'd like to buy it at a certain price. You can also do the reverse. So if I hit create a buy order, again, Bitcoin, what I'm saying, it's saying, what is the highest price you would buy Bitcoin at? Now, what it's looking for is a lower price than the current price, all right? Because if you would buy it Bitcoin for a higher price than what it is right now, then you would just buy it right now, right? You wouldn't wait for it to go up. So they're saying, maybe I'm looking at this price. It's 55 grand for a full Bitcoin right now, roughly. Maybe I say, well, if it dropped to 50, then I'd probably buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so what's the current price that I would buy Bitcoin at? I'd say, well, if it's gonna drop to 50, I wouldn't mind picking up some more. Okay, great. Hit next. Now, how much in Canadian dollars would you like to buy Bitcoin with? So if it drops to 50 grand, how much do I want to buy? Maybe it's $100. Okay, and then it says, okay, so if Bitcoin drops to 50 grand, do you want to buy $100 worth? And if I do, I hit confirm buy order and it will sit there. And if the price of Bitcoin dropped to 50 grand, I would buy $100 worth of it. Okay. So this is just if you think that a price is too low to ignore and you would like to pick up extra Bitcoin, if you get that dip, you can. This is basically a buy the dip button. Okay. Now, on the inverse of this, let's say you've got some grand aspirations and you're like, you know, there's a certain price point where if Bitcoin gets to it, you know, there's some life-changing things I would really like to do. So you could also set a limit order on the upside. So you could say, if Bitcoin got above 100 grand, I would really like to do something nice for somebody in my family. So you would say, okay, if they're saying, what's the lowest price you would sell Bitcoin at? So you know, you're not looking for a lower price than the current sell price. You're looking for something much higher. So let's say if Bitcoin got to $100,000, I want to do something nice for my family. Okay, great. And how much Bitcoin would you like to sell? Maybe, I don't know, not two full Bitcoin. Maybe how much Bitcoin would you sell? Ooh, I don't know, 0.1, that'd be about $10,000, and I'd do something really nice for my wife and family. You can set that, and then it says, I want to sell 0.1 Bitcoin or 10 million sats if you're on a sat standard, if the price of Bitcoin reaches $100,000 per coin or more. And then if you want to do that, you can hit that and it will sit there. And if Bitcoin, or when Bitcoin, depending on your thought process, hits 100 grand, you would sell 0.1 or whatever the amount you set. Again, a great feature to have. For me, more of like a dip buying button is what I'm interested in. But some people may have different priorities, and that is all well and good. Let's talk about sending money to people to and from within the Shakepay app. It's super easy to do. If anybody you know is on Shakepay, you can easily send each other money back and forth. So all you would do is you would go to the send button. Anybody that you've recently interacted with will be listed here. And then you've got also phone contacts. And if their phone number is associated with a Shakepay account, there will be a little Shakepay logo beside them. So it's super easy to tell. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I've got a good friend, Dave, and I'm going to send him $5 just because he's such a nice guy. And I'm going to hit continue. Do you want to send $5 to Dave? Sure, I do. There you go, buddy. You just made $5. Stack some sats with it. And so that's it. It's super easy. They can do the same for you. All they need is your username, also known as your shake tag, which would be something like mine is at BTC Sessions, and it's super easy to do. His was at Griffin Dave. Everybody has their own shake tag when they are on the Shakepay platform, and you can easily send back and forth. Let's talk about earning money with Shakepay. And you can do that through referrals. Now, if you're looking at the numbers on the screen, no, those are not incorrect. I've done some previous tutorials about using Shakepay, and people have been nice enough to, over the years, use my referral link to stack sats. And in fact, a lot of people have stack sats with them. And you can see when they sign up through that link, they get $10 for free, but $10 also comes my way. And I'm eternally grateful for people that have used those links in the past, though I always say you're not obliged to. You can definitely sign up on your own a different way. That is totally fine. But you can see over the years, almost $5,000 worth of referrals, $10 at a time. That is insane. That is, again, and it's incredible, but it just kind of goes to show that, hey, you can actually earn some money through referrals, and you can do so, again, explicit plug of Crypto Cloaks because they're a conveniently sized sticker, but just in your settings from the bottom right, the settings wheel, when you click on it, and then you click on refer a friend, and what you see is the referral page. If invite your friends, we'll send $10 to each of you when your friend buys $100 for their first $100 purchase. So not only are they getting $10, but so are you. So you both end up benefiting from it. It's super awesome. You can hit invite friends and send them invites, or you can share your link on social media through this. And that's all the information they need. When they use that link, they will automatically get $10 after they buy 100, and you will also get the same. So super convenient. And hey, this isn't the only way that you can earn Bitcoin through Shakepay. Thus the name. I'm just going to go back to the main screen here. Once you have referred one person to Shakepay, your account is enabled with something called shaking sats. I'm going to show you what this is. Your mind is about to be blown. Look at this. I shook my phone and I earned 100 Satoshis. The longer you do this every single day, this number of Satoshis will continue to go up. So you'll earn a little bit more once you hit certain thresholds, and you can stack a fair number of sats just by doing this. All right. Right now, what was that? One sat. It's about 20 sats is a penny. It's probably about 5 cents, 4 or 5 cents, something like that. But it builds up to the point where it's not a negligible amount. And also, if the price of Bitcoin goes up, it's all those free sats that you get just from shaking your phone. And this is, you only have to refer one person ever, and then you get this feature indefinitely moving forward. Okay. You can do this every single day. I like to set an alarm, although I broke my streak recently and it makes me sad. But this video, I swear to God, this is going to be my return to greatness. I had like a 250-day streak going. So off I go. But how cool is that? You shake your phone, you get free sats every single day. You got to do it. So just a last couple things here. I am on the settings tab. We jumped ahead just from the bottom right, just to orient you again, the bottom right settings wheel. I tapped on and scrolled down a little bit, but you have a few different options here. You have security and privacy. That's where you can enable things like two-factor authentication, PIN code, or fingerprint, or whatever biometric security for the app itself. You can set price alerts where, hey, if Bitcoin goes to a certain price, I would like a notification to pop up. Super easy to use. You can also tap on request transaction summary, and it will email you a full transaction list of all of the things you've done, buying and selling Bitcoin back and forth, funding your account, all that kind of stuff. You'll see it in that summary. You can also link to their blog here. They've got legal stuff, app version. You can log out, all kinds of great stuff here if you need it. And it is, it's great. Tons of settings. And the last thing that I want to touch on will get its own dedicated video when it becomes available, and that's the Shakepay Card. Basically what they're doing is they're creating a card that will link to your Shakepay account. It will link to the dollar amount sitting in your Shakepay account, and any time that you spend with it, you will earn Bitcoin back into your Shakepay account. So you'll be stacking sats as you spend dollars. So if you regularly have dollars sitting in a bank account anyways, you're now kind of incentivized to have it in a Shakepay balance so that you can, tap your card, pick up your groceries, and earn sats back as you do. And I'm very excited for this to drop. Again, I will do a video on it when it comes out, but that adds in a third way to earn Bitcoin with Shakepay, which, they just keep on pumping them out. So that will be a future video. So subscribe if you're not already, because that will drop in the coming months. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please do hit like, subscribe, and share. All of those things really help get this content in front of more people. If you want to help out the show in another way, you can hit up the previously mentioned sponsors down below. That was LEDN, Bitrefill, Keystone, and the BillFodl over at Privacy Pros, or you can check out Shakepay with my link in the show notes, and that will obviously help the show as well. And if you really liked what you saw, you can always drop me a Bitcoin tip at my strike.me page. That is strike.me/BTC sessions. When you get there, you can type in any amount you like. You hit the tip button, you'll be greeted with a Lightning invoice, or if you click to the right, a regular Bitcoin QR code. With that, I am out. Have yourselves a wonderful day or evening, wherever you may be. I'll see you guys next time for your daily session.
Hodl the Bitcoin.